Hello. Today, we will be taking a look at Macedon Technologies' 2018 Appian Hackathon submission, TMA. TMA is a time management application that allows anyone to easily submit and manage their timesheets. TMA ships with a connector for QuickBooks Online and is modular enough to extend any time tracking system with validations that enforce your organization's unique business rules. We start off logged in as Appian Q Hackathon, our basic user for this demo. We need to navigate them to the weekly time submission site. To do that, we click on our Appian user icon, and we select the Submit Weekly Time site from the list of available sites. One of the first things you might notice on this site is that the current week has been selected by default. If we take a look at this week dropdown, we see that we also have some weeks in the past available to us, as well as some weeks in the future. So let's say I worked some overtime last weekend that I wasn't anticipating, and I forgot to mark it down on my timesheet. I could go back and update my timesheet to make sure that the hours I'm submitting reflect the hours that I worked. Or maybe I'm going on vacation next week, and I want to make sure that my vacation hours get logged before I leave. I could go in weeks in advance and preemptively insert that time, so I don't forget it before I get on my plane. Another great feature on this page is the total hours count up here at the top. It keeps track of all of the hours that we've submitted in the grid below for this week. So currently we have 2 hours on Monday the 26th and 6 hours on Tuesday the 27th. If we add 4 hours to Wednesday the 28th, the total goes up to 12 hours. Similarly, if we remove these 4 hours, the total drops back down to 8. One of the largest quality of life enhancements on this page is the relationship between our client dropdown and our service dropdown. In QBO, our clients were all populated in the same dropdown and our services were all populated in the same dropdown. Once you had selected a client, it was often difficult to find the services that related to it. But in Appian, we can apply that filter. For the Cool Cars client, we have services of engineering, maintenance, and testing. For the Tiger Maintenance application, we have services of Tiger Cage assembly. This process works well if all of our employees can sit down in front of a computer to enter time each week. When traveling to a client site, it can be difficult to find a computer to log hours sometimes. So, we created a quick submission site and leveraged Appian's mobile capabilities to allow users to enter time on the go. Take the example of Appian Q Hackathon, who has just left a client site for the airport. In line for security, they realized they forgot to submit their hours. No worries. They open their phone's Appian app and navigate to the QuickTime submission site that we see here. This allows them to quickly enter time for a single service from virtually anywhere. It might not be as robust as the weekly time submission, but it's definitely quicker. So let's step through it. We select our client, Cool Cars, our service, engineering, our hours, 8, and a description. Standard engineering test. Great. Our date is defaulted to our current day, and we can save this. That submission screen means that everything's all good. Now let's take a look at the time entry we just submitted. This page has been open and will need to be refreshed to get new data. But when we do, we should see our new entry at the bottom of the grid. Cool Cars, engineering, a standard engineering test, Monday, March 26th, 8 hours. Looks good to me. But remember, we also have an integration for QBO built in. So we should be able to find this item in the QBO backend as well. Let's take a look. We'll switch windows to the QBO sandbox, navigate to Reports, All Reports, Time Activities by Employee Detail. This is individual time activities sent by employees to the QBO system. And here we can see on 3/26, Cool Cars had a Cool Cars engineering service, a standard engineering test that lasted 8 hours. Awesome. Not only has this entry been recorded in Appian's backend, but also QBO's backend. Now we can use it in both places.